Mark, you driving out there in this weather. Can't you wait till morning?
No, sweetheart, I really can't. Tori's temperature's gone up, and with Paul out of town, Amanda can't work and take care of her at the same time. Now, look, if you're about to make some comment about my driving ability, I'm going to stop by the station and punch out.
Yeah, well, I know you think you're Mario Andretti, but the track's wet out there tonight, Mario, so if you go, take care, okay?
Okay, I will. Don't worry. Now, look, if I leave now, I'll miss rush hour. I'll call you when I get there. If I miss you, I'll leave word, okay?
Give Amanda and Tori a big hug for me.
Sure will. Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Be careful, baby. Bye-bye.
How's Tori?
Well, fever's still up, so Jill's gonna drive out there and see what she can do.
In this weather?
Yeah, I know. But Florence Nightingale's alive and well in SC.
And now the weather. Rain and more rain predicted for the Southland this weekend. Storms out of the north and chill coastal winds. Road conditions continue to be hazardous, and all in all, friends, it's a good night to be home curled up by a roaring fire.
I didn't see her in the rain until it was too late. I couldn't pull out of the way in time.
Look, I'm a doctor. I'll take care of it. Looks like it might be a concussion. She's going to need a more thorough examination. I'm going to take her to my home and office. They're not far from here. Come on, give me a hand. Get her in the car.
Yeah, sure. Just easy.
We'll grab it there.
Yeah.
Keep her level.
Yeah. Easy, careful.
Easy, easy.
Yeah.
Okay, you lock the car and get the key.
You okay, Doc?
Just the weather. It's an asthmatic condition. Now go!
As soon as I get to a phone, I'll call the highway patrol and report the accident.
Never mind. I'll do it when I get home.
Okay.
Patrol to Ludlow 9. Investigate patient escape from Pacific Sanitarium. 5000 North Colder. Code 2.
Ludlow 9, roger.
Mike, I've got surgical duty.
Yeah, and I got Lieutenant Riker riding with me this morning. But we'll both make it on time.
Oh, Mike.
Come on, when are you gonna throw that book away?
Oh, what book?
You know what book? That book on caution and precaution.
Oh, that book.
Yeah, that book. Michael Danko II. How's that grab you?
Uncoaxable.
Yeah?
But I thought you wanted to wait.
Well, I did say that. And we did wait. But now I'm proposing again.
Proposing again?
Yeah. I asked you once to be my wife, and you said yes. And now I'm asking you to be the mother of our kids. Do you need some time to think about it?
No, I've had time to think about it. I've had 4 years. And the answer's yes.
Hello. I brought you some warm milk and honey. There's nothing to worry about. I'm the doctor that picked you up after the accident. There's nothing seriously wrong with you, but you did take a decent clout on the head.
Oh.
You were only out for about an hour, but I think that dizziness may hang on for a while.
You said I had an accident. What happened?
Evidently, you swerved your car to miss a truck. I came along right after it happened. You don't remember?
No.
I wouldn't worry about it. It's probably the shock. Temporary amnesia, it's quite common. You'll be feeling normal in no time at all. My name's Stewart. Dr. Michael Stewart.
Michael?
Yeah, Michael, is something wrong?
No, I was just dreaming about Michael.
Well, Michael's not exactly an unusual name. What's yours? No, don't be afraid. Just tell me who you are, where you're from. And I'll call your friends or family and tell them you're all right.
I don't know. I don't know my name. Do I have identification? Like a wallet? Or a handbag?
I looked for your name, or the name of someone to call in case of an emergency, and there was nothing.
Well, the car must have a registration slip on it.
That's a good thought. I'll check it out as soon as I get you settled in here. You don't remember anything? Where you were going? Where you were coming from?
No, I don't.
All you need is some good, solid rest. It'll all come back in due time. There's no cause for alarm. Besides, even if you remembered who you are and where you were going, I wouldn't suggest going out like that in this storm. As a matter of fact, until you're in A1 condition, I'm not going to let you out of my sight. Main thing is relax, get some rest. I'll take care of you.
He was with us for a little over 16 months. I thought we were making progress, getting through. But now I'm not sure.
In what way, sir?
Well, Milan is a highly intelligent young man. He's well-educated, worldly. I think he may have been playing games with us, letting us believe we were making progress. And it was because of that supposed progress that we transferred him into minimum security.
When did you discover him missing?
We show a movie for the patients every Thursday evening after dinner. Evidently, he disappeared from the theater during that screening. He must have made his way past the security guard and on down to the highway.
We have an APB out on him, including the description you gave us when you called. But any other information might be helpful.
The line between reality and fantasy is a thin one, even in the most stable mind. And with Milan, it's thinner than normal, sometimes non-existent. He's a paranoid schizophrenic with a deeply confused past. One time, he showed promise of becoming a brilliant medical student, surgeon. Then, all at once, he was ousted from medical school for having had a series of violent emotional conflicts with his fellow students.
That violence, Doctor, would it still be there?
Violence, hate, destructiveness, it's all a part of his confused makeup. He's deranged, gentlemen. A walking time bomb. There's no question about it. Anyone that he comes in contact with is in great danger.
Physical danger?
He tried to kill one of his professors in medical school. And he's capable of accomplishing just that with anyone that strikes him as a threat.
You say you have a photograph we might borrow?
Yes, right here. You can keep that if you like. It has his last known address, some physical characteristics. For one thing, he has an acute asthmatic condition.
Am I gonna be all right?
Yeah, you're gonna be fine.
But I lost the baby, didn't I?
That's okay.
It was my surprise. I was gonna tell you last night. It was gonna be my anniversary present. I don't understand why they took it away.
I don't either. I guess
Because it was just chance. But if that's the way it is, and if that's how stupid things are, I wonder if it's worth it. Maybe it's just not worth the trouble.
I had to run an errand. I hope you'll be comfortable until I get back. There's plenty of food in the refrigerator. Please make yourself at home. I'll be back as soon as possible. Michael.
Okay. I'll talk to you later.
What did Amanda say?
Jill's not there, and there's no word yet.
What about your place? Could be Jill decided not to go after all.
No, I tried, and there's no answer. Besides, Amanda's been phoning all evening. It's not like her. If anything had gone wrong, anything at all, she would have phoned.
There's a lot of highway between here and Amanda's. If something happened, maybe she couldn't make it to a phone.
Maybe we better take a look at those accident reports.
finally remember something? Someone to call?
No. I thought maybe if I walked over to the phone and dialed it, I might, but I didn't. I guess I just wanted to hear somebody's voice. I woke up. I didn't know how long you'd be gone.
I had a house call.
At this hour? It's after midnight.
Country doctor. It's a family tradition. Just picking up where my father left off. He never drew the line at work hours.
The registration slip in my car, did you have a chance to look for it?
Yeah, I did. There's no registration slip. No identification anywhere.
Oh, well.
Come on, come on. Hey, it's not the end of the world. Look, like I said, it'll all come back easy enough. By tomorrow morning, it'll be clear as a bell and you'll be on your way. You're cold. Why don't you go in and sit by the fire? I'll get us some brandy. It'll warm us both up. Then we can talk. Maybe it'll help you remember something. Come on.
All right, that's it. That's the latest accident report we have. Covers every precinct in the city.
Well, there's still the highway patrol.
Yeah, but when are we going to hear from them? They've got every man in that area out covering roadblocks. They're trying to catch this nut that escaped from the hospital.
What about the Santa Costa Sheriff Department?
Same thing. I've got a call in and I'm waiting. Danko, how much of this coffee can you drink? How long can you stand around here worrying? You're not doing anybody any good here. That goes for you, too. You should go home, get some rest. Call you the minute something comes in.
Come on, let's go home. Wait by the phone. Come on.
I know the country around here like the back of my hand. I grew up hunting and fishing all through the canyons and the mountains. We were going to talk about you. The dreams. Michael, do you remember who he is?
No, I don't. I think I was married to him.
One of the first things I noticed when I brought you in was that there was no wedding band.
I know, I thought about that. But there was a ring there once. I know there was.
Recently?
I don't know. I remember being... Or I dreamed that I was in a hospital on our anniversary.
Yours and Michael's?
Yes. We were going to have a baby, and I lost it.
You must have wanted that baby very much.
Yes, I did. And he wanted it too. But something happened. There was an accident. And I lost it. I miscarried.
Death is very interesting. Whether it's a miscarriage, the death of an unborn child, or the death of a mature adult. I've seen a lot of death. To be more precise, the art of self-inflicted death, self-destruction. Albert Camus said, "There's but one truly serious philosophical problem, and that is suicide. Judging whether life is or is not worth living amounts to answering the fundamental question of philosophy. Suicide is no disgrace. Given enough stress, anybody can crack up. It takes creative imagination. And I've seen a lot of it in my research.
You researched suicide?
A thesis in pre-med school. Drugs are the most common method, mostly barbiturates. Favored by the suicidal middle and upper classes. And jumping is the... Death by falling is very interesting. People who've come close to death from mountain falls have actually had their whole life flash before their eyes. With no grief, with no pain, with heavenly music. With a feeling of warmth and peace. I was shingling my grandmother's roof when I was a little kid. And I slipped. I slipped and fell. And screamed, because I knew I was dead. My whole life flashed before my eyes. It really did. My mother's ugly, shrieking face. The houses we'd lived in. The military academy I'd attended. Faces, relatives, friends, everything. And the last thought that I had before I hit the ground was that maybe death wasn't going to be so bad after all. But of course, I'm here to prove that I'm a survivor. But don't worry about that. Relax. It's an old house. The wiring isn't very stable.
You may have a problem in the basement.
In the basement?
There was a window open. I went down to close it. Lights don't work.
Thank you. I'll take a look at it when I have some time.
I'm really awfully tired. I think I'd like to try to get some rest now.
Look, I've got some work to do in my study. Why don't you just sit here and relax by the fire where it's warm? And if you need anything, I'll be in the back of the house. Just call. Okay? Promise?
Yeah.
Danko, this is Lieutenant Riker. Now I have a confirmation from the Santa Costa Highway Patrol. They've had an accident on Old Canyon Road, and Jill's car seems to have been involved.
What about Jill? Is she okay?
We just don't know.
What do you mean?
The Highway Patrol isn't sure where she is. Now, there was another vehicle involved, a yellow pickup truck, and the driver of that truck said that some doctor stopped by right after the accident, and he picked Jill up. And that he said he was going to take her to his home or his office or something to examine her.
And?
I'm sorry, Danko, that's all we have. They just don't know any more. They found Jill's car locked and abandoned, and no one seems to have returned to the scene of the accident.
Do they know who the doctor was?
Not yet. According to the driver, the doctor said he would report the accident, but for some reason or other he hasn't done so yet. However, they do have a description of the vehicle, but no license ID for us to trace.
If she was picked up by a doctor, that means she was injured.
Well, according to the driver, there's a possibility of a head injury, but we won't know anything for sure until we have some information.
Do they have an address on the truck driver?
We have that, and I'm sending Owens and Webster to check it out, and they will stop by and pick you up on the way.
Okay.
Is Dr. Stewart home, please?
Who should I say is calling?
Donald Cotton. It's about my wife, Mary.
Well, I'm afraid the doctor isn't in right now. But if you'd like to come in and wait, he should be back shortly.
No, I can't wait. My wife's in really bad shape. The baby's coming early. Do you know where I can reach Dr. Stewart? It's really an emergency.
I'm sorry. I don't know where he is. But like I said, if you'd like to come in and wait, he should be here in no time at all. Besides, you shouldn't be driving around in this storm.
Well, the storm's almost over. Sun's already out over in the valley where we are. I've got to get back to Mary. Look, Dr. Stewart has my phone number. Would you have him call me as soon as he comes in, please?
Certainly, I'd be happy to.
Okay, thank you.
You shouldn't have come down here. You shouldn't have come down.
If you're not the doctor, who are you?
It's none of your business. Look, you don't have to know. Would you trust me? Just please trust me. It's not that complicated. Look, the doctor was the one who was most responsible for sending me to the place.
What place?
The farm. There was no walls. There was no barbed wire. But they had guards. And they had invisible walls that were higher and stronger than anything that they could have built out of concrete or steel.
Why did they send you there?
Oh, assault with intent to kill.
Oh, my God.
Most people have never seen death, you know? I mean, they read about it and then they see the aftermath on the 6 o'clock news, but I've never confronted it. I tried to kill my mother when I was 14 years old. I tried 3 times, and that old lady wouldn't die.
Sorry, that's about all I can tell you.
Had you ever seen this doctor before?
Nope, never. Would remember it. He's a good-looking, young guy. Young for a doctor, I mean.
How young?
Late 20s, early 30s. Guess my image of a doctor is a little older, like old Doc Stewart. In fact, I thought for a second it was Doc Stewart when I first saw the car pull in and stop right after the accident.
What do you mean?
Mercedes. This young doctor was driving the same kind of Mercedes that Stewart has. Right down to the color and the MD tag.
Could it have been Dr. Stewart's car?
Well, how could it have been? Well, you mean this guy might have actually been driving Stewart's car?
Stewart, does he live around here?
2 or 3 miles down, old frame house that's right off the road. Can't miss it.
Okay, thank you.
Funny thing about that young doctor. Well, you'd think he'd know better than live in a climate like this.
What are you saying?
His condition, asthma. You'd think he'd want to live in a drier climate.
Thank you.
Don't you ever leave me again. Don't you ever walk out of here again. Do you hear me?
He's not dead. He's still breathing. I can feel his pulse. Come on, you're a doctor. You should know.
He's dead. He's been dead since yesterday. I know he's dead.
I'm telling you, he's not dead. Come on, feel his pulse.
He's... Jill.
Let me go! Let me go! Let me go!
Take your hands off him! Stay away from me. I'm going to take somebody's head off with this thing.
Okay, put it down. Come on, we don't want to hurt you. Okay, come on, come on. Call an ambulance. You okay?
Man in the cellar.
The real Dr. Stewart. He's been dead at least 24 hours. The coroner's on the way. You okay?
I'm indestructible, don't you know that?
Yeah, well, you're not as indestructible as all that. Have you checked before we go home?